I decided to start painting again, and I'm really happy. Um, it's a bit silly, but I have, I think, a combined education of about 15 years in art schools, learning different techniques, especially drawing and painting. And it started like when I was 12, I started in art school. And then my day school, it wasn't some project on the side. It was really my focus, and I wanted to become an interior designer. I've changed careers or majors a lot of times, but painting has stayed with me throughout my life, and not really consistently, but from time to time. And sometimes it's a theme, and sometimes it's not existing. And but I'm always happy when I feel that urge to paint again. And I know that it doesn't have to be that way, and I can paint whenever I want. But I have so many other projects, and there are so many creative projects as well, that sometimes I don't miss painting. And then all of a sudden, a little, a little thing, whatever it is, can spark that enthusiasm again. And I'm sparked by a coupon that I got for my birthday from a art shop that I go to regularly. And I was looking on their online shop, and I was looking at watercolor papers and going through all the different kinds, the different sizes, the thickness, the grain, and I felt something in my stomach, and it was enthusiasm, and it was a hunger to paint. And so I decided, yes, I'm going to buy some watercolor papers today, and I'm going to start painting again. And like I said, I have somewhere 15 plus years of art school in different academies in different schools with different teachers, and they more or less all paid attention to the technique, the brush strokes, or the perspective, the proportions, the thickness or the sharpness of the pencils that you use, the kind of paint that you use uh, on different papers or on different surfaces, and it got me stuck in a certain way, and I learned a lot, but then I didn't feel creatively free to do whatever I wanted to do. And then a whole lot of years ago, I went to London and with a friend, and one of the um, most exciting times was when we stepped into this bookstore, and it was like 3 stories or something, and he was on his own story and I was in the arts store, uh, and yeah, that's the sort of books and the amount of books that were there was mind-blowing. And um, I bought 2 books, the Tao of something and the Zen of watercoloring, or the Tao of watercoloring, something like that. And that gave me the opportunity to break loose of all these rigid techniques that I learned. And then a couple of years ago, I followed a workshop. It was like 5 hours, or five times a few hours, and uh, that was also an eye opener for me. And it was a different way of doing watercoloring and a different way of using paint, and that gave me another view of how I could express myself in painting. And then I started up a project for several months, and I called it Familiar Faces. And I downloaded a photo of the internet, some guy I thought was in a good position. His head was in a good position that I could. There was a lot of shadow and light and contrast in the photo. So I downloaded it and I painted that same photo every day for a few months. And sometimes I was really pleased with the result and I was really happy, and sometimes not so much. um, but it gave me a in hindsight, when I see all the different paintings I made from that one picture, I saw the evolution in my painting and in my brush strokes. And I think it's much the same with me doing that project. And when people say you have to find your voice when you want to be an influencer on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on what, or on stage, when you want to speak to people, when you want to be an influencer, you have to find your voice. And you find your voice by doing it repeatedly and going online and making this kind of short movies or videos. And that is much the same as I do with my painting. So today I'm gonna buy my paper, and I'm going to prepare whatever I have to prepare to um, to find my brushstrokes again. And I encourage you, whatever creative thing you want to do. And then, I mean, things like this, these are creative as well. Or maybe it's knitting, or maybe it's drawing, or maybe it's writing. And uh, doing it on a consistent basis every day, you can find your way of doing things, and it will make a huge difference. And it doesn't matter whether people like it or don't like it. It doesn't matter whether people listen to you or watch you or um, buy your stuff. Or the only thing that matters is that you can express yourself. And it takes some time to um, cut through the crap, um, because you always start like mirroring other people, and then at a certain moment you can speak from your heart and speak from your soul and from your gut. And that is the same in every um, creative thing you want to do. And it's not a a science per se. It's okay, it's good when you know a few things that are necessary, or that you know a few rules, or you know a few techniques. That's okay, but you have to come detached from it and find your own thing. And it's only by finding your own brushstroke, your own pencil stroke, your own voice, your own way of talking, your own way of explaining things to people or telling things to people, that that you can be happy with the things that you make. And it doesn't matter what it is. Like if you see the amount of viewers that people get on YouTube, for instance, for unboxing things, or for making food every day, or for um, commenting on other people or countries or groups or whatever, it doesn't matter what you do. It's the doing that's important. And it's finding yourself. And I think that it's a really pleasant way of finding myself. Well, what I'm doing right now, like I'm going to start up my Familiar Faces project again. and I'm like making almost a video a day. Okay, it's only 4 days up until now, but making a video a day and doing these things, and it helps me, and um, yeah, it helps me find my voice, and that is what I was searching for.